What's good, family? It's Tommy Bigg Vic TV. We back with another video. Yo, check this out. This is the year. This is the year. I'm gonna chop it up with y'all real quick. This is the year, right? For me, I can't speak for anybody else's year, but this is the year where I'm hiring drivers, putting drivers in both of my trucks. I'm looking to launch the Bigg Network next month. So if you've been waiting for me to do the launch, to jump on board and get affiliated with the Bigg Network, next month is the month. That's my tentative launch month. If you are a driver or you're interested in driving for my company, you can shoot me an email down below. Shoot me an email there, send me a DM. If you are serious, make sure you have a clean driving record. Listen, a clean driving record. I'm not gonna pay extra insurance because you wanna make money. I don't wanna lose money. Experience is a plus, right? If you've driven box trucks before, if you handled them well, experience is definitely a plus. This is the year right now, you guys, where if you've ever thought of being in business for yourself and you were looking to do something different, right? If you were looking to do something different, I know a lot of you guys watch the content, and thank you, first and foremost. If you are someone that is, looking at starting up your box truck business and you have bad credit, you don't have any money, you don't have a clue how you want to get started in this business, maybe you should get your credit in order, stack some bread up, and then pursue this business. Or maybe you could start off driving for someone and getting some experience and learning the logistics side of this business before you say, A, I want to do it, or B, you think you can't do it, right? So there's a lot of different ways that someone can start this business. They still say cash rules everything, right? So you definitely can catch any of these auctions out here. You can catch people getting out of the industry. Some people start off with cargo vans, sprinter vans. Some people start off with smaller box trucks, like 16-foot trucks. So many different ways, you guys, so many different ways. But for someone that likes to drive, like some of you guys that are already driving, you're running up miles doing, Uber rides and DoorDash and Uber Eats and all of these different services where you're using your vehicles or you're using your cars, you can always transition over into this space right now. I will forewarn you guys. I want to forewarn you. There's a lot of predatory lending that happens in the box truck business, in trucking, period. A lot of guys are getting trucks. The interest rates are crazy, ridiculous. The secret weapon to offsetting high interest on a vehicle is, number one, you want to make sure that when you look at your paperwork, whatever that interest rate is, make sure that it is not the type of loan where you can't make lump sum payments on it. They call those simple interest loans. If it's not a simple interest loan, there's some trickery in there, which means that particular finance company is going to try and get a majority of their money out of you before you can pay it off. That's just how they play the game now. That's how they play the game. That's the way for them to make as much money as they can on the front end. If you try to come in this business, make a whole bunch of money and pay your truck off early, they're still going to try to get a majority of that interest out of you. Now, if you went out and got a personal loan, like from your bank, they gave you a personal loan, and those typically are simple interest loans. Right? Those are typically simple interest loans that you can pay off early and eat up all the interest. But when you deal with these other finance companies that are not actual banking institutions, there's a lot of trickery in their paperwork. Like if it's not a big bank and you're dealing with smaller finance companies like the Penske's that have these side finance companies that are doing their financing, you gotta look real hard at that paperwork, because I'm telling you now, the fine print is in there. You have to read the fine print. If you don't read that fine print, you may be setting yourself up for a bad deal, right? And so you want to stay away from those. I remember when I started, I steered so many people away from coming in this business and going to just trying to find a truck. Your credit is your credit is 350, and you're trying to go finance a truck. You don't want to pay 10 times for a truck note. You don't want to be paying $100,000 for a $25,000 vehicle. That's not the way to go. Even though you want to make money, I know you want to get in. You're like, I just want to make money by any means necessary. Even if I had to pay extra for my vehicle, don't pay that much extra. You will be doing yourself a disservice by doing that. And I highly recommend definitely looking for better financing options, or just hold tight, get your credit in order or get your finances in order, then come back to the table and purchase your truck the right way. I've seen a lot of people come in and someone told them you can go over here and this person got 30%, 29% interest rate on a $25,000 box truck. And then once that person gets that truck, it's like a domino effect. Your truck note is $2,500 a month. Insurance, about a couple thousand a month. That's already $4,500 coming out your pocket every single month before you even started making money. And then if your authority is new, that may also be an issue, right? Because you got to find the work for all the numbers to make sense. And I kind of see why a lot of guys start going and headed in the rental direction, because one, most times credit is not great. Two, most times you're really trying to play around with this and see if you can make some money and see if this will work. You're really not giving it 100% of your effort, right? So that also sends people down the wrong path. Like I said, I've seen so many people come in here, start up with rental vehicles, and they're nowhere to be found now. They're nowhere to be found. They just went back and got their regular 9-to-5s, right? So you got to be a little more strategic when starting up your box truck business, because it's just gonna make more sense. It's just gonna make more sense for you. It also depends on your plans. Like, what are your plans? Why do you want to start a box truck business? How do you plan on scaling up that business? Always pay attention to what work you will be moving before you even go out and get a box truck. Like, what is your game plan? I see a lot of people getting trucks with no game plan. No game plan. It just looks fun on YouTube, and it looks fun, you're seeing guys on Instagram and showing how much money they made for the week, and you're like, man, I want to do that. I want to make that type of money, right? You got to start somewhere. Don't get me wrong. Don't mistake what I'm saying for you not being able to start. I just would like to see you start the right way versus putting yourself in a bad predicament when you start this business up. For 2025, guys, if you're serious, do all the research you need to do. I got a wealth of videos on this channel that you can get pretty much most of the answers that you're looking for. And if you get stuck, most definitely reach out to me. The link be down below if you need to tap in, set up a strategy session with me. I can help you figure out like how am I going to make money, or which direction should I go in to start making money? Is a box truck business going to be right for me, right? Should I start smaller? Now, when I looked at this business, of course, Sprinter vans were out there, cargo vans, like the lower tier of, I felt like that was the lower tier of how to make money in this business. But of course, I immediately was looking at Amazon when I started. So, I was able to buy my truck and immediately start running the Amazon relay freight. And I never considered like cargo vans or Sprinter vans. Like, that was never a consideration for me, because I felt like, okay, I can't really carry too many pallets on there. I'm gonna be doing all this driving, and I need to make as much money as I can if I'm going to take a long distance drive. And I just felt like I couldn't get those type of numbers if I was to go out and purchase like a Sprinter van, cargo van, like that lane. I felt like that wasn't going to be the lane for me, right? So that wasn't the direction I decided to go in. So this year, you guys, I'm more so will be behind the scenes versus me actually driving the truck. So I'll be more on the training side, scaling up in my business slowly. Like, I don't want to scale up super fast. I'm slowly as I get drivers coming into the fold and training them. And I need hungry. I'm looking for hungry cats. I'm looking for somebody that's hungry. If you're hungry and interested in learning this business, being able to make some money at the same time, not necessarily looking for OTR drivers or anything like that, mainly running Amazon freight. We can jump around from city to city wherever the money's at. We follow the money. If that's you, tap in. There's so much information that is spread about the box truck business, or starting trucking, or getting in this industry. There's like so many opinions. You kind of just have to take, as a matter of fact, when you jump on the highway this evening or whatever time you decide to jump on the highway, I just want you to look around as you're moving around. Just pay attention to what's around you. Pay attention to what's moving. Ask yourself, are these guys in these trucks just to be in them? Are they in these trucks because they're making money? Is this industry dying? Is this industry going anywhere? Because over the 4 years, I've seen it go like this, up and down. You just have to figure out, what lane do you want to run? What lane do you want to run in when you get started? You need the path of least resistance when you start up in this business. Like, how do I navigate in this space? What's going to be the best action plan that I could take to start making money almost immediately the moment I get my truck. And now when you figure that out, you're onto something. Figure out how you're going to make the money, then start looking at the trucks. Don't go get the truck, sit down, be at home, go get DAT load board, and then be looking like, why is it no one letting me run freight? I've said it in 1,000 videos already. It's not that easy for a brand new authority. And if you're a brand new authority, you feel what I'm saying right now, right? Not that everyone is going to tell you no. Some will, some won't. So what? Keep dialing. Keep making the phone calls. If that's what you have to do, if that's the route that you have to take. This is going to be a great year. I feel like this is going to be a great year for trucking. And if you're looking at the trucking industry, I feel like this is going to be a great year. Like I said, if you're in a bad market, you guys, listen to me clearly. If you're in a bad market, figure out a way to put your truck in a market that makes more sense, or figure out a way to tap into some of the companies that may be in your market. Maybe DAT is not, or whatever load board you decide to use, maybe that is not going to be sufficient enough for you to run your business. Maybe you may have to go knock on some doors, right? You may have to knock on some doors. You may have to shake some hands, introduce your company. That may be a different route for you. There's so many different ways to generate income with a box truck. This is why I said that if you get yourself a box truck, you should never be without money, you guys. You should never be without making money. If you have a box truck, you should never be without making yourself some income. So many different things that you can move in a box truck. You just gotta have that business mindset. Be willing to hustle, be willing to put the work in, and I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be fine. Once you can get to that 6-month threshold, start peaking towards that year, I think you'll be fine. If you can hit 6 months, I think you'll be fine. Drop comments down below. If you got questions, drop them down below in the comment section. It's me, Bigg Vic TV. I appreciate y'all watching. Yo, we on track to hit 100K this year. That's wild to me. We on track to hit 100K. Yo, y'all been showing the kid love, and I appreciate it. And I'm gonna keep dropping this content for y'all. All right? It's me, Bigg Vic TV. You already know what it is. Always hustle. Never stop growing. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's eat, baby.